welcome to Virtual Rice 3. Today we are going to be taking a look at this game, as well as I'm going to be attempting to do a quick tutorial. Wow, I just now noticed that there's a tree popping out of this building over here. Wow. Um, anyways, so I've had this game for quite a while now. It's actually a game that I quite enjoy playing. And reason why, I want to do a tutorial and all that stuff is when I, got this game and started to learn how to play it, it wasn't very much, on this game. It's pretty vague. You go into the Steam discussion. There's not really any controls listed. There of course are videos about this on YouTube and whatnot, but, there are just a lot of mess around, no tutorials and stuff like that. So I'm going to try to be as detailed as I possibly can on this game. Obviously, there's one of the rides over here. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and begin with the basics here. So, if you guys remember in No Limits 2, there was a Steam Workshop mod that you can get called Fairgrounds. It was pretty, you know, basic. You could, control actual fairgrounds like this. If you guys enjoyed that modification, this is the perfect game for you because this game is nothing but that. So, let's go ahead and begin with the tutorial here. So, first things first, when you load into the game, you load it on foot like we are right now, where you can move around by pressing WASD. In terms of the area-wise, you can't really go anywhere. We can try to walk around and stuff like that. What's over here? I don't even know. I think it's gonna load into another mod, or I don't know, fucking mod. What did I even say there? It's gonna load into another park. So it really tries to take it easy on your system here by, only loading one area at a time. If you want to go to Pacific Ride, we can actually go. I believe these are bathrooms. I don't know if we can get in here. Doors open, but that's pretty much it when it comes to this game. Let's go ahead and check the menus out here. So we have the map. This is all the rides that you have available. Now, some of these rides are DLC. They're not too expensive. I believe some of them ranging from like $5 to $10 or something like that. These could have changed. It's been a while since I checked, but Steam, has a way of changing their prices constantly. So who knows how much every one of these rides are. You get most of them, but like I said, some of them are DLC. Let's go see if we can find one here. Just gonna load into the game here. You can just press whatever ride you want to pick. I believe this is one of the rides that you have to purchase. Now I do have. Nope, this is definitely not the ride that you have to purchase. I think these are walking points where you can walk around to the other side of the park here, I believe, but I could be wrong if that's what it was intended to do. Alright, so this is a ride that is locked. In order to start a ride, you have to walk up to it, and it will say, control ride here. Of course, you can't with this because it says it's locked. So, unfortunately, you can't really do very much unless you go into Steam and purchase the game. Or, not the game, but the ride itself. So, we're going to go back here to the flying swing here. This is a pretty easy ride to learn. It's not too bad. And, it's pretty easy, like I said, to learn on. So, we're going to wait for this game to load back in here. This game is not working right for whatever reason. I don't know. This game usually acts a lot better than this. So, let's go ahead and begin with, the basics of controlling the rides here. So, we press this button up here when we're close to the ride. It will say, control ride. Now we're in the ride view. Let's go through here one by one. We have the sounds. I have this turned off, but these, I believe you can add your own jingles and stuff like that in here, but I could be wrong. We do have a mic here. I don't know if we can talk in it or not. We can see. Hello? 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 Yep, it does work. That's weird. Okay. I didn't know it could do that. That's something that I just learned. Um, so, I believe you can add your own music. We have this, I don't even know what this is. Some of these things I'm just learning. I just go do this one by one. I believe you have. Jeez, that's loud. I believe it automatically turns off. Yep, it does. Let's go on to the next section here. We have the lights. We can control the intensity. The lights look awesome at night. I always teach you how to turn the light off or switch it to night here. But you can choose your intensity. You can choose the colors here. We have the solid colors. We have yellow, red, blue, green, white, purple. And you can also control these colors with the top numbered keys. So we have yellow, which is 1, 2 red, 3 blue, 4 green, 5 white, and 6 purple. Now for these bicolors, these also work, but there's no keys assigned to them, unfortunately. So you won't be able to choose these, quickly if you want to control a ride. I typically, want to be realistic, so when the ride is stopped at night, I turn on the white lights here so people can see, and I'll switch to a color, maybe yellow, red, um, red and blue for this ride. I typically pick blue because it just matches the color scheme of this ride. So, that's pretty much how I do. Why is this thing loading? I have no idea. We have the effects here. Now, how you get effects is, I don't believe you can add this to this ride. I've not tried, but maybe you can. No, I don't think so, because usually these require you to have, the light stands. I'll show you what those are in a minute. But in this screen, you have the ability to completely change the theme of the ride. So, let's say you want to change the theming. You don't like this, fish, whatever. You can actually change it. It'll switch the background color or whatnot. If you don't like the blue, let's go and see if we can put it back to where it was. Yep, there it is. Now, there is a backward button if you mess up or something's not right. But, a warning that I have to tell you. Don't get so overwhelmed. I have never been able to figure out exactly how to, do this correctly, I would say. But, if you leave the game and you don't like the scheme or something like that, it will save. So anything that you put will be saved when it come back in, and you have to redo it if you don't like it. So make sure everything's to your liking before you leave the game. And if you don't like any settings, you can always just press disregard. I don't know what the hell this is saying. But it pretty much goes back to normal here. Anything that we had done will be set to default. So we have the ability to change all these colors here. So we have the frame here. Now, this gets a little complicated. So I've not been able to figure out how to exactly work these colors. I don't know what that's changing. Where's the frame at? What the hell is a frame? on this thing. I really don't know. But we're going to disregard because I don't know what I'm doing with that. We're going to go back here. And we can actually... Let's go to the podium. That would be easier to see what's going on here. Alright guys, my recorder decided it wanted to stop for whatever reason. I don't know what happened with that, but I am back here. Let's go ahead and continue what we were doing here. That was weird. It's never done that before. Anyways, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. So we have the steps here. I don't know what this is gonna do. Oh, we could change the colors of the steps. So we could turn all this to green if we want, which is pretty cool. I didn't know that was possible. But let's go and switch it all the way back to blue here. This matches the color scheme here. So pretty much you can do a lot to this. If you don't like the way it looks or you want to change it, you can do it. This game allows you to pretty much do anything. So here we have the camera views. We have the follower, which will follow the ride. We have the on ride, which will probably make you throw up. I just say it, it'll probably make you throw up. We have the orbit, which I believe is going to follow the ride. We have to check that here later. We have the operator. Some of these operators are just absolutely horrible, man. The camera angles, like, I don't even know. We have two. I believe some of these are active. You get to control the lights with this as well. Let me go in this view because it's a little bit easier to see. And you can't move in that view either. That's another thing that sucks. So we can actually change the colors with this, which is pretty cool. We can actually turn all the lights off on this ride if we wanted to. So you're gonna see what that looks for outside. Well, I don't think that's all off yet. I think we have to go in here. We can actually turn this off through the menus as well. So you can completely turn off all the lights to this ride. Let's go and see if we can turn them back on through the control panel. Wrong area. That's the ride operations. I got that in just a minute here, but let's go back in here. Should be able to turn all these on these switches now. So sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. Now let's go out into free movement here. With this, you can just move all over the place. I guess it doesn't work, which is kind of unfortunate, but I'll explain what these lines are in a minute. Let me go and turn all these lights back on. So these little things, they control the speeds of the lights. We can make them faster. We can make them slower. Going with the electric cam. This is electric cam right here. I'll look up. That looks like a little bit too fast, but you guys get the picture. It goes for everything here. So if you want to, you know, make the lights a little faster or whatnot, you definitely can do it. It doesn't seem like it was working there for a minute. It was like frozen. It's kind of weird. But anyways, let's get into the main picture here. So I'm going to go back into operator here. And we are going to start this ride. So as you guys can see, we have three pretty much lines here. You guys can control this by this controls like the dials here, or nods, or lines, or whatever you want to call them. And you can also control these with the keyboard. Um, so, you guys go in here, we have keys. Engine startup is QWER, engine slowdown ASDF, engine activation YZXC, and restraints is T. Um, for these, each ride is a little bit different. You just sort of have to figure it out. So in order to start this ride, we do have to close the restraints. On this ride, there's not visual restraints. They just show that it's locked, pretty much. On these rides, in real life, you would have like a bar here or something like that. You guys can vaguely see it right there. But that's pretty much how these rides will work. Typically, people, you know, strap them in their cells, and people walk around and make sure that everyone's locked in and whatnot. But that's pretty much how these rides work, anyways, in real life. So we have the ride activation. I don't know which keys. So X is for the electric cam here. I believe it's C is for the main engine. I don't know which ones. I'm trying to find. Oh, that's a horn. H's horn. I don't know what button is a hub. It's kind of weird. Let's see what it was. YZXC. It could be Y. You'll see if that did anything. Yep, Y is the hub. So in order to get this ride moving, all these had to be active in green. Otherwise the ride won't move. So in order to get this ride moving, like I said, every ride's a little bit different in terms of controls. You just sort of have to figure out. If you guys really want me to do, I could do a complete tutorial on every ride if that would be much preferred for you guys. But, that would be quite a pain in the butt because there's a lot of rides here. So, does that turn on anything? Yep, it did. It's just so hard to see because it's daytime. Alrighty, so now we should be able to get this ride moving here. So, Q is the hub. In order for this ride to really move, we can go ahead and start the engine, but it won't go any faster. That hub is all the way up. So, I just go full shot through here. The electric cam allows this ride to move sideways. I typically would start that with the engine as well. So the Q and A is the hot. Q is for to go all the way up. A is for down. W is for the electric cam. We get that moving. You guys can see it's starting to lean a little bit. Of course, that's WS for electric cam, and E and D for the main engine. So pretty much, the same controls as Fairgrounds and No Limits too. So we can go ahead and get this main engine going here. Not very much ride sounds. You guys won't notice that with this game unless it starts really moving. Then you'll start hearing like it making some weird sound. I don't know, it's kind of generic, but we're going to get this ride moving here. We can go full blast if we want to. And there's a ride with full blast. This game is just acting up today. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's this ride. I don't freaking know. Alrighty. So that's pretty much the basic controls of this ride. We're going to slow it way back down. Wow, that was a sudden stop there. Alrighty, so on some rides we have the parking here. Some rides require to be in park in order to release the gas and whatnot. Yes, this game does have gas. I'm going to show you that in just a minute here. But you don't have to turn all these off. It's really not necessary. Um, but if you go into parking mode, this ride does not require it. But, you know, like I said, some rides do. If we go into parking mode, it will reset all these knobs. Some of these, have forward, backward, stuff like that. It just really depends on the ride. So we can press T. It just should have worked. Yep. Just took it a while, so we can release the restraints there. It is in red. If the restraints are in red, we cannot move this ride. Because I don't think we can anyways. That'd be kind of dangerous. So, as you guys may have noticed, there is no guests in the park. Oops. I didn't mean to back out of that. What the hell is going on? Alright, that's kind of weird. Anyways, so in order to get guests in the park, obviously the clock says it is 8 o'clock in the morning. No one's going to be at a freaking, fair at 8 o'clock in the morning. That doesn't happen. So there's no guests. This is a good time to get familiar with one ride that you want to operate or whatnot before, guests start to get in. How you know if there's guests in the park? Well, it would say in this. Typically, it can be around 200 to 300 guests. Obviously, there is none right now. So, for this, we have the weather. We can change it to rainy. We can change it to little rain. And we can change it to sunny again. We can also put this on scramble here. Scramble. And it will change the weather for you. We also have the time here. Now this is where you're going to be starting to get guests here. So we can change the time here so we can go all the way to dark here and guests will start to come into the park. So we can turn on the white here so we can see. As you guys can see, there's people starting to walk around. Guests are starting to build up. Maybe it's going to go up maybe to about 200 or something like that. And we want to go ahead and continue bypass time. You can press the start. We can determine what speed you want at the time. You can just keep it on one time for now. And the time will continue to cycle. And now, guests will start to load back onto the ride. To get rid of all that, you just click it again. Pretty simple. But anyways, guests will start to ride, or hop on the ride anyways. And, that's pretty much the basics. You can wait for everybody to load up and start the ride again. You can do what you pretty much want, really. But, that is pretty much the basis of this ride, or this game. If you guys want to see more, if you guys want to see more rides or something like that, please do let me know. I definitely will do that for you guys. But other than that, I think I'm going to be wrapping things up, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.